one family under God, right? Marriage is the most important means of establishing God's kingdom on earth. What about all the rest that we need to also remind ourselves about? Would only the marriage, the only component of life on earth? Sexual purity before marriage, absolute sex after marriage. And all of this is a confusion on human mind and the human innocence. And what we really need to do is a simple education before having sex or after marriage having sex. Because what we really need to do is actually manage our population, the global growth in numbers that is causing serious amount of deficit in our resources. Our world's capacity will determine as to how much resources have we got to support and sustain ever-growing, ever fast-growing population of the world. It is not the sexual purity before marriage or absolute sex after marriage. It is the education in before and education in the middle and education after that determines as to the world's population, how we manage that. If we carry on having sex without considering the population growth of the world, we will find ourselves on top of each other, because the carrying capacity of our resources and the carrying capacity of the world's people determines if the world is able to support and sustain with the required food supply, the required energy supply, and the required housing supply, and the required infrastructure supply that we all require to support life on earth. It is not the absolute sex or absolute purity before marriage that determines what life is all about on earth. Yes, bro. And also, furthermore, who is he? I don't know. It has to be I am. You should never concern or worry about who it is. And this is something that goes on in South Korea and the Korean Peninsula. Jesus would have married and created God's family. He would have blessed Jews, Romans, and the world by the time he was 40. God's kingdom could have been realized, says the Reverend Moon. Now, what about the sun? What about just the moon? Nope, that's a priest's name in Korea. And most importantly, folk, we need to find ourselves a greatest knowledge on earth. That is to be free, to be able to think and be creative and be more intelligent than we are today.